At 26, I finally took the leap and bought a small detached house in my hometown. It was a quaint place, nestled on a quiet street, a perfect escape from the bustling city life I'd grown accustomed to. Living alone had its perks, but the best part was being close to my family, especially my brother, who lived just 10 minutes away. It was a typical Wednesday night, and I decided to order some food from Uber Eats. The usual excitement of not having to cook was there, but little did I know, this night was about to take an unexpected turn. When the delivery man arrived, something felt off. He wasn't alone. There was another figure with him, shrouded in the shadows of the evening. Neither of them had a vehicle, which was strange for a food delivery service. They handed me the food, their eyes darting around, and then they just lingered outside my house. A sense of unease began to gnaw at me. I stared at the food, but my appetite had vanished. There was a nagging thought at the back of my mind. Could the food be poisoned? It seemed far-fetched, but the behavior of the delivery men was unsettling. Peering through the blinds, I saw the two men still outside, their presence increasingly ominous as time passed. They seemed to be watching the house, and a cold shiver ran down my spine. The situation escalated when I heard loud knocking. It was persistent, aggressive. Then I heard the doorknob rattle. Someone was trying to get in. Fear gripped me. This wasn't just a simple food delivery gone wrong. In a panic, I called my brother. My voice trembled as I explained the situation. He was always the protective type and didn't hesitate. "I'll be right there," he said, and I could hear the urgency in his voice. As my brother's car pulled up, the two men glanced at each other and then quickly disappeared into the night. Their departure was as mysterious as their arrival. My brother, always my hero, rushed to the door. "Are you okay?" he asked, his eyes full of concern. I nodded, still shaken by the events. He stayed with me that night, assuring me that everything was going to be all right. The next morning, the sun's rays brought a sense of normalcy, but the events of the previous night lingered in my mind. Who were those men? What did they want? These questions haunted me, and I knew I needed answers. Determined to unravel the mystery, I decided to look for clues. I checked the food packaging. Nothing unusual. I then went outside to see if the men had left anything behind. I talked to my neighbors, asking if they had seen anything unusual. Most hadn't noticed anything, but Mrs. Jenkins, the elderly lady from across the street, mentioned seeing a suspicious car parked nearby earlier that evening. With this new information, I decided to report the incident to the police. They took down the details, promising to investigate. I wasn't sure if they would find anything, but it was worth a try. In the days that followed, I couldn't shake off a sense of paranoia. Every knock on the door made me jump. Every shadow seemed sinister. I knew I couldn't live like this. I decided to take matters into my own hands. I installed security cameras around my house and upgraded the locks. If those men, or anyone else, tried to come back, I would be prepared. My brother suggested I stay with him for a few days, just until things settled down, he said. I was hesitant to leave my new home, but I knew he was right. A week later, the police contacted me. They had found something. The suspicious car belonged to a local gang known for scouting houses to rob. It appeared I had been a potential target. The news brought relief, but also a chilling realization. My instincts had been right. Those men weren't just odd delivery guys. They were criminals. Feeling safer with the gang members arrested, I decided to return to my house. My brother helped me settle back in, his presence a comforting reminder that I wasn't alone. The incident changed me. I became more vigilant, more aware of my surroundings. It was a harsh lesson, but one that taught me the importance of trusting my instincts. The ordeal brought me closer to my family, especially my brother. We started spending more time together, strengthening the bond that had always been there. My neighbors, once strangers, showed their support in small but meaningful ways. Mrs. Jenkins would often check in on me, and others offered their help. I felt a sense of community, of belonging. As time passed, the fear subsided, replaced by a sense of resilience. I had faced a terrifying situation and come out stronger. I learned to be cautious but not paranoid, to be prepared but not live in fear. It was a delicate balance, but one that was necessary for peace of mind. My house, once a symbol of independence, had become a symbol of courage. I embraced it, my sanctuary, my home. The experience had been harrowing, but it had also shown me my own strength and the power of family and community.